Tracy again with the installation of the RX Catch Can or the Tracy Lewis Signature Series. They're different in appearance only. This is a 2017 GM full-size pickup, and it has the 6.2 liter engine. Now, if you've watched previous videos, you've seen that we go through in details the installation. The only difference on these newer 6.2s is the point that we're tapping into intake manifold vacuum. On the 5.3, that is approximately halfway back on the intake manifold coming out the side, kind of hidden in there. On the 6.2, and I don't know if the new 5.3 is the same, I imagine it would be for 2017. They've moved this up to just behind the throttle body, and that barb is angled a bit to create a little Venturi effect. Everything else is the same. We have capped off this end of the airbox that we're not going to be using. We've removed the two small clean side tubes that did go directly down into the valve covers. We've put our air bridge that just snaps in with the factory fittings and is nice and concealed here. Our clean side now is where our fresh air is entering. Foul vapors are still being evacuated out from a valley cover bar, just like the previous 5.3 and 6.2 liters. This engine has 1,800 miles on it, so it's not brand new. It's a month or so old. But what we did notice when we went into the throttle body is now, with this being the evacuation suction source point up in the front again, like the old LS engines, we're seeing the front of the intake manifold all coated and filled up with a puddle of oil. When the older design was back here where the point of ingestion was, we couldn't see it as easily because most of it would puddle toward the back in the floor of the intake manifold. So still a huge issue. We've converted this now, so we're using the suction available pre-flow to the throttle body. So when you're accelerating or at wide open throttle, we're using this suction to continue evacuation, where with the stock PCV system, all evacuation would halt when you're accelerating or going wide open throttle. Check valves will automatically detect which of these two are the strongest suction source, and they're going to open and close as needed to provide full-time evacuation instead of part-time evacuation like the factory system. We're retaining a completely closed emissions compliant system, and again, we do not have California CARB Cert EO number yet. That's an expensive process, so these are for off-road use only in California, but they cannot by law affect your warranty in any way, because we have not hampered, defeated, reduced any of the functionality of the factory PCV system. We've actually enhanced it, and we're retaining a completely closed system, so there's no way for vapors to vent. 2017 GM full-size truck, 6.2 liter. And this is the Monster Can version, which is twice the capacity of the standard. And when you've got a truck and you have the room, we highly recommend you go with that. This should be emptied every probably 5,000 miles in the future, but check it at 1,000 miles so you can get an idea of the rate that your engine is producing these compounds. The better your ring seal, the less you're going to catch. The poorer the ring seal, the more you're going to catch. Thank you.